everyone, welcome to Forbes Flash. We're focusing on business news and broadcasting the highlights of the week from our Forbes studio here on the East Coast. Thanks for joining us, and let's get started. Floyd Mayweather's win against Conor McGregor last weekend came with more than just a huge paycheck. It brought the boxer to a major career milestone. By Forbes estimates, he's now reached $1 billion in career earnings. So, how'd he do it? Shrewd marketing and betting on himself. Here's the 3 things you need to know from this past week. Hurricane Harvey continues to batter southern Texas, causing catastrophic destruction for thousands. Monday, the IRS announced significant tax relief for those affected. They will have until January 31st of 2018 to file certain returns and make tax payments. We anticipate providing additional relief, says IRS Commissioner John Koskinen. Last week, Amazon promised to cut Whole Foods prices on food staples, and they started this week. Everything from bananas and avocados to eggs and kale have seen the drop come to life already, but only time will tell how the grocery store will change in the long run. Speaking of food, a new study this week suggests that a vegetarian diet, surprisingly, may be linked to depression. The study was pretty limited though, so don't go changing your diet quite yet. If you're not already getting excited about our Under 30 Summit in Boston this October, you should be, especially if you're an entrepreneur. This year, we're hosting a brand new $500,000 competition for young founders. In partnership with the Rise Fund and Equity Green, we're looking for for-profit companies that drive positive social impact. Winners get to have Bono as an investor, and finalists pitch on stage at the summit this fall. So get your application in by September 6th to be considered. More info at this URL, on.forbes.com/under30impact. You don't have to be an actor in Los Angeles to be making the big bucks. Across the world, Bollywood's biggest stars are minting millions. This week, we announced the highest paid Bollywood stars. At the top is Shah Rukh Khan, who made $38 million over the past year, thanks to starring roles in movies and lucrative endorsement deals. Joining us from our San Francisco office is Forbes staff writer Biz Carson to discuss Uber's latest news, a change in leadership.
The big news in Silicon Valley this week is that Uber finally has a new CEO. The former CEO of Expedia, Dara Khosrowshahi, has agreed to join Uber and lead the world's most valuable private tech startup. Dara Khosrowshahi has been the CEO of Expedia since 2005, and previously he was on the side of being disrupted. So he had different companies like Airbnb in this online travel space coming at Expedia and trying to eat its business. He's grown the company though into double-digit revenues and has done a great job. He's one of the most well-liked CEOs on Glassdoor. And so that's great news for Uber, which has struggled with having a CEO that's well-liked by its employees and by its customers. He's definitely not going to have an easy start to his tenure at Uber. The company still has a lot of challenges ahead, including an investor lawsuit against its ex-CEO Travis Kalanick accusing him of fraud. And it was announced this week that the Department of Justice is now looking into the company for allegedly bribing foreign officials. This is a company that's not immune to lawsuits. It's facing several, including against Google. And so he will have to navigate these external factors, like these investigations into the company, and a lot of internal turmoil of dealing with the company employee base that has had to deal with all these scandals in the months leading up to his appointment. Khosrowshahi's appointment as the new CEO is a good capstone to an end of terrible crises that have riddled the company this spring. It's had problems with federal investigations into its use of certain tools to evade authorities. It's had turnover among its workplace culture, and a lot of executives have left, including its CEO, who was forced out after an investor revolt in June. So Uber, the world's most valuable private tech startup, valued at over $69 billion, hasn't had a CEO for 2 months and has been ruled by a committee of 14 different people. That's why this hiring of Dara Khosrowshahi is such a big deal for this company. Beyond all of the lawsuits and internal matters that Khosrowshahi is going to deal with, he's still now going to be in charge of a money-losing business. Uber's business has been growing. It makes billions of dollars, but it loses a lot of money in the process. I think in the future you'll see Uber become a more profitable company, something that may mean higher prices for riders or less incentives for drivers to be on the road. He's been a very vocal opponent of Trump, going all the way back to the Muslim ban and most recently his actions in Charlottesville. That's very different from Travis Kalanick, who is seen as an ally of President Trump when he served on the advisory councils, and his actions led to a customer boycott of the company. While Kalanick did step down, Uber has been seen as being a pro-Trump company, and so Khosrowshahi's appointment as Uber's CEO will definitely reverse that stance in a lot of customers' eyes. This is a big story that's developing in Silicon Valley right now, and the Forbes tech team will be the ones to stay on top of it.
Thanks for joining us. Tweet your feedback using #ForbesFlash, and we'll see you next week. Tune in every Friday morning, same time, same place.